I don't see. That's hard to believe, Billy. The Gallant is only 2 after all he's been through. Camby was in the back. Hi, Cheri. Cheri's here.
You just stay right where you're at.
No, I'm going to come and hug you.
Oh, well, okay, I'll come over there and hug you. Just stay right where you're at. I'm going to see here. How are you? Good. I'm so glad to see you.
We have new kids.
Oh, I hear. Smalisha kind of pulled a.
She sure did. And now she's looking all black off of them, so they're turning color.
They are. Serious?
No, I mean, they're already black.
Oh, I was going to say.
They're gray. I mean, they're looking grayer than
Uh-huh.
than they.
I thought when I saw her, I thought, oh, her.
Yeah. And one is real expensive. Well, she did though. She thought. And she said, she's got that one. Because Thomas and one of the other old babies. Even after they dried off, they were one on this side was definitely grayer. Actually, a little bit small, size-wise, but she's tiny. But yeah, even a little speaker said, I can get over on you guys. How big that is. So, I mean,
Have you had your toes trimmed?
no. Oh, I don't know. We did a bunch of them, but I don't know if he got his done.
Still.
You have to lay him on his back. You lay him on his back and rub behind his neck and his head at the same time, like this.
This is fun. He is just the sweetest cat. Oh my goodness. When I'm sitting there holding the kitten, he climbs up my leg.
It's like he's charged.
I know. He's Walter a couple times a week.
Uh-huh.
Hi. Hello.
That's my buddy.
He and Tinker look identical. One's just got hair and the other one doesn't.
Mm-hmm. But he's sweeter. And so, I mean, cuddlier.
Yeah.
They like it cuddly, baby. I know.
cuddly baby. I can't believe they're still here.
Me either.
Right, August, are you in Haven? Do they have to go in anywhere?
Who?
The great.
No, they get to stay out tonight unless there's a problem.
Okay, well, you know, if I leave and something happens
No,
afterwards.
Jackie said no, they stay out.
Okay.
And the mods know to give her a call.
Okay. Okay. That's
I
no
think they're
problem.
big enough now though that they
Okay.
swat back.
I hope so. I hope so.
They were so cute, 3 of them. Tinker, Rocky, and Liberty were all laying on a blanket up there on the table like spoons, just one right to the. No, earlier. It's cute. They find each other still to nap with, and
Now, Hazel and Teresa and Canton, they left, right? Okay. Hi, August.
and everything is going well.
Good. Good.
Apparently, Jackie said the one sister who got just the one cat is feeling a little jealous of her sister who got the 2, so there may be another.
Well, Hazel, does she get along with anybody?
She does as long as you don't bug her. You know, I mean, as long as the cats don't bug her.
But I mean, like, for another cat, if she came and adopted one, is there one that she, you know, would kind of be more friends with?
It's mostly the little bouncy ones that she doesn't get along with. She doesn't, you know, she didn't have a whole lot of issues. If cats left her alone, she left them alone. Most of the time. I don't think there was anybody that she really palled up with.
Okay. Get him, Sally. Okay. I need to get my kitties one of these.
Oh,
I need to get
I
them.
had never seen one of those until
Here.
Tabby Cat's daughter, Lauren. That was one of the things she bought with her own money for the cats. And everybody loves it.
Yeah.
To Rachel, I mean, he can lay down his side there for hours and bat those 3 balls around. The kittens love him. Now that Dodger's gone, it's a good thing because Dodger was wearing his cone of shame one night. He stuck his head down the middle of it. Not once, but twice. I think it was when
He brought his head
when
up and
General
had it
Song
on.
when General Song was here. I think that's who it was. He put his head on. He comes up with it on his neck, you know. And so she took it off and put it down. He went get back in. I wonder how that boy's doing.
You gotta consider the
Yeah.
source, Dodger.
Of course, I always loved him from the time he was a baby kitten.
He was different than Harley. He was so different than Harley. Man, they were.
And from Keeley.
Oh yeah, she was so pretty. Pretty calico. What are you doing, Tink?
It's coming to see you, Cheri. Just haven't quite got the ladder figured out yet.
Tink. Hi, Tink. Yeah, you're a Merle with short hair. He says, yeah, and I'm not where I want to be right now.
I was busy, Cheri. I was very busy.
He says, we can't.
Now that I get to be out here tonight, I got to make hay while the sun shines. Rocky.
Hey, Rocky.
Rocky.
He's always going to be Rocky B to me.
Uh-huh.
Rocky Balboa.
Now, see, he's Rocky Top to me. Because of that song. I hear it every time I see him.
How's your eye?
It's a lot better.
I get so worried when their eyes get funny. I know Jackie's on top of it, but I just remember a couple of years ago. It was awful.
You look like you could use it wiped out again at some point, bud. But it's a lot better. He doesn't poke at it anymore.
Oh, now. Emma, you're picking, Emma. He'll get you. He'll get you, Emma.
Mm-hmm. It's not somebody I mess with.
Here, let's see what's over here. Then you can see the. Here, you can see the wheel.
Yay, Billy! Billy's gonna be here for Catathon.
Is he going to be out directing traffic again in his?
I don't know. Are you gonna be directing traffic?
Because he had his, his wig on and all that stuff.
Oh no, this is Catathon.
Catathon. That was Cat Stock.
That was Cat
wasn't it?
Stock.
Okay. Yep, that was Cat Stock.
I think he was here for Catathon too, but
Yeah, for Cat Stock, he was out there directing trappic in his peace stuff and his wig. And,
I said I think after
Campy.
Cat Stock we ought to have a bonfire and hootenanny.
oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Tell everybody that's coming to bring an instrument if they play and their voice if they don't. If they're plenty loud, I won't have to sing at all. I can just mouth words because nobody wants to hear me sing.
Me either. I used to sing.
You still can sing.
Not like I used to.
I mean, I don't even sing in the shower anymore or in the car with the windows rolled up.
Becoming a big mouth mama at the football game didn't do my voice any good. I can read show.
That's right, you did, Billy.
I'll stand right here to Rachel. Yes, I'll be your buffer. He says, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. Tinker, I tried to hold you. Yes, I did. Are you going to hold my feet down so I don't go anywhere? Go hold my feet down? Huh? My feet? Take. Take. Come here, big buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Do you not want to be held? Don't want to be held right now?
He actually let me hold him like a baby for about half an hour this afternoon, like this.
See. What do you think? What do you think, big fella? Big spoiled moose.
No, not spoiled.
Brandon and I were talking about him yesterday. Brandon goes, he's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
He's heavy to hold. He's a big cat. He's solid.
Yeah, because he's not fat, but I mean, no matter where you feel on him, he's muscle. I just have to think, when he finally lays down and goes to sleep at night, it has to feel so good to be able to let all those muscles, because he has to be, tighten his muscles to do everything.
Yeah, like I say, Brandon and I were talking about that, how when he first tried to stand up, he just would fall right over. And I said he learned how to widen his stance on his own.
And use that tail as a rudder. But that pushing away you do when people hold you makes you very hard to hold. Yes, it does. It makes you very hard to hold.
He says, well, I tried.
You're heavy.
He says, I tried so hard. Clear stool. There. So they can see him. Oh, no.
You're such a good boy, aren't you?
He goes, okay.
Are you my good boy?
He says, I'll let you hold me for a little while.
You have exactly the same face as you had when you were 10 weeks old. Except when you get your serious adult face on, but his usual face is exactly that same baby face.
You know, when she first got him, it was funny because he'd always be like this until they saw something and it was
And he's still the same way. He can wiggle his way out to the cabana, and the minute he sees a bird and locks in on it, he's just, here I am. You know?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. How are you tonight?
Thank you, Phil, for doing that. She needs all the people who just can get her to take little steps. She's a sweet, sweet cat. Kizzy, CJ's cat. CJ's cat.
Is she here?
She's in the back.
Okay, I didn't see her back there. She might have been laying
In the
someplace.
closet.
In the closet. Okay, where the heater's at?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I saw the door was open. I almost shut it. I'm glad I didn't. She's afraid.
She's sad.
She's sad. Yeah.
You know, her mama died, and then she got moved and
It's
to a
hard
place
on them.
where she's used to now being alone. She's been alone since CJ gave Micah to the center. So it's just been them, and
I'll go back and spend some time with her. Because I thought maybe she was out and about here. Like I said, I didn't see her
no, she's
in the closet. That's okay.
a
I'll go
very
back.
pretty white kitty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you went down? He says, yeah. I want to go. You want to tell him later? You see him later? Hmm? You see him later? We'll go. There's a rug. There you go. Down it. Ready? And he said, I'm going.
Yeah, I haven't been back there much. When she was at feed times, I've
I'll go back.
been doing other stuff. So,
I know this.
but I'm sure Jackie is making sure she's getting food, whether she has to help her along a little bit.
I'll go back and see her. Say what she's back there.
When I did walk through and Connie was feeding back there, she was doing her gourmet plate. So I would really be surprised. I think the best thing for Kizzy would be to get a home really quickly so she wouldn't have to kind of adjust here and then adjust again. And I think she's just, she's used to someplace quieter, and yes, she is. She is shedding her winter coat all over everybody. She might very well be. She is in shock and mourning. That's hard. And I remember when CJ moved. Well, CJ really moved and was only able to take one cat. I can remember Jackie telling me that the reason she gave Micah to the center to have adopted out was because that Kizzy needed her more. So, Desert, yes, this is CG Cry's cat, CGR Cry's cat. I wish you guys could see down here. Let me see if I can move this table enough to go. On the orange table down here, we have two of the sweetest kitties in the entire world. We have Jemima here and Merle over there, and they're both just curled up and sound asleep. Mom is a real sweetheart. She's such a good mama. Went in June's room where they're kind of camped out earlier today, and she had, I think, 8 kitties with her. A couple of her own, a couple of the Menard kitties, a couple of Dora's babies, and Rika. So. Yeah, Buckeye. She said when she had to make the decision of which of her 2 kitties was going to go with her to the new assisted living place, and which one she was going to have Jackie take to get readopted. She said that Kizzy was the one that needed her more. That she thought Micah would do better than Kizzy would, and to be taken. So yeah. And as we know, Micah came here and did well and got adopted, and so CG was right. He did fine. Nope, Jemima's babies don't need her with them. A couple of them will occasionally nurse, but they're all eating gruel off a plate and helping themselves to crunchies in the bowl, and she checks up on them. If she hears, kittens scuffling, she goes, or, making noise or crying, she goes to see who it is. She doesn't always intervene with what happens. Very seldom doesn't intervene what happens, because they're just playing and making noise and squawking, but she usually goes and checks on all of them. She's kind of everybody's mom. I mean, I can't believe how big all these babies are. Last time I was here was when Jemima's kittens were born. Yep, 7 weeks today.
Well, hello, Candy. Hi. How's your little girl? How are you? How are you? I'm gonna clean your kitty boxes out there.
Okay.
She let me pet her.
Yeah. Oh, she loves to be petted. I think she.
Alma moved and it was.
Mhm. And when if there are a lot of people, like when I first went back there this morning, Kelly was back there cleaning, and then Phil and Judy came, and I said I'll just go,
Yeah, 'cause
and
it's
then
too much.
yeah. I mean, she was, she wasn't shaken. She didn't seem upset. She just wasn't coming out of the closet. And once Kelly was done in there, and I left, and Judy left, then she came out for, I know Phil that met a couple times, I think. But she's a lovely cat.
She's just timid because of all the stuff.
They're eating Miracle Grow. I made some more today. It is special when you see them. Cat Spirella's litter was the first litter of cats I ever saw. I've seen lots of other animals born, but that was the first litter of kittens that I'd ever seen. Well, no, I guess it wasn't Catsparella. What was it? I guess it was Catsparella. After waiting for all those, what seemed like weeks. He's in the tunnel, but it's 50-50. As you can see, the other combatant just took off to the back, so. There's a lot of that teenage kitty tussling going on. Yep, Merle's up here by me. And he's very smart. Usually if it's getting really rough, almost all of the oranges kind of get out of the way. It's just occasionally that they would get ambushed, but yeah, getting to see the change in August and Jackson. And of course my Jersey boy. He's amazing. One of the visitors was here yesterday, walked into the cabana, and Jersey was sitting on the palm tree that's out there, and she was going to reach out to pet him, and I almost said something, and then he rolled over on his back and looked up at her like, okay, pat my belly. He was so cute. I know, Billy, you'll be amazed. He loves being petted. He loves being talked to. Sure, I'll see if I can find Seymour. I don't know exactly where he is. Probably in his favorite sleeping spot. Here's Seymour of the magnificent tail. Yes. Tell him what a handsome boy you are. Well, you're supposed to show him your face. You're supposed to show him your face. There you go. Come on, show him your face. Show him that handsome face. There you go. There you go. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's a sleepy face. Oh, Annie, hi. You're very welcome. It was a pleasure to have you here and to meet you. want to go back to bed, huh? I'm going to go back to bed. Okay. Oh my God. Hi, Jackson. Hi, God. How are you? How's my Jackson boy? Huh? How's my Jackson boy? Oh, such a good kitty. Such a good kitty. It's okay, August. Yeah, he has an impressive tail. He had a pretty impressive cat. Hi, Leanie. You're very welcome. He's a sweetie. Put your head back on the there. There you go. Put your head back on the blankie. Billy, I'm sure Jen will get them fairly quickly up on the FFRC Flickr site. Oh, she was so cute, Annie. She was so cute. I loved watching her with the kittens. Cheri is here. She's actually she went back to see Kizzy CGR's cat, and she's scooping boxes back there. Hi, Kazi. What you doing? Kazi. Hey, bud. What you doing? No. You know where the litter box is. You know where the litter box is. This is Purser down here on the poof.
Hi, guys. Take it easy. Take it easy, buddy. Take it easy.
He's trying to decide, I think, to.
Do you have to go potty?
Yeah, I what he's.
Hey, come here. Come on, let's go on. Come on, sweetheart.
Hey, bud. How are you? How are you? You my good boy? Put your put your head back on the pillow. Oh, I bet they did. You probably touched every cat here, Annie. I was just talking about you loving on Jersey out there.
Thomas was just out there talking to me.
Oh yeah, he's very chatty today.
Oh, wow. His eyes were like this. I was petting Kizzy. She came out for a little bit
Mm-hmm.
until Thomas moved.
You're actually starting to get a little bit of a belly. Yes. You're actually starting to get a little bit of a belly. Thomas kind of talks between a chirp and a meow.
The other night when I was holding Candy
Mm-hmm.
forever, nobody got a screenshot of it. And they usually get a screenshot. Nobody got a screenshot. Oh, I looked and there was nothing. It's like, oh. Because she was out like a light bulb.
Yeah, I think he's probably up to his record of in and outs the door today. Now he's discovered the door to the mailroom also, so that gives him one more door to go in and out of every time it's open. So he just wants to be around people. He loves people and he loves being around them and doesn't really want any more than just a leg to lean on or somebody to talk to him. Yep, he's a traveler. Aren't you, Thomas? Aren't you, Thomas? Hmm? That's a going, bud. Good boy, Rocky. Good boy, Rocky. Thomas the train, yep. He is a lover. Your purser's a lover too, aren't you, boy? Yes. You're a sweet boy. You're a sweet boy. Mm-hmm. You're a sweet boy. Thomas is right there on the aqua rug. Is that you? You got the snuffles?
Mhm. She's a pretty girl. It's Alicia.
Hi, Jackson.
Yeah, he's back on the turquoise rug back there.
What are you doing, Cosrally?
Well, that's Kazi.
Yeah, that's Cos.
Okay. Sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah.
They really look a lot alike in the
Yeah.
face.
They do.
And I saw the collar.
Cosrally. Cosrally. He says, I'm going to get you, Jackson. Hi, Liberty.
Mhm. Somebody was asking earlier about Liberty. There she is with Cheri.
Yeah. Here she is. See, here she is.
Thomas does look like Cosrally in the face.
See? Wait, they need toes trimmed. Wow. Yikes. Yikes. You guys need
You need your
toes
piggy toes trimmed?
So does small Alicia. Did you see hers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. And what are you doing?
She's dreaming and talking.
She makes
She
me
talks when she eats too.
Does
Nom
she?
nom 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 nom. Don't ya? You talk when you eat.
She makes me think of Cat Sparrow.
A lot.
Because Cat Sparrow was so little.
Mm-hmm.
I often wonder how she is because she was one of that group of 6 that went. And I know Kitty Q was kind of bullied her a little bit. And I've always
Oh, I
wondered.
think probably they're doing just fine
I
with
hope
Courtney.
so. I hope so. How many calico kitties does she have now? Okay. Because Cat Sparrow was so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
She was a little girl. Wow. Look at
He said she's even starting to get a little bit of belly though.
Yeah,
That's a
she
good
is.
thing.
Yeah, she is. She's gaining some weight
Yes.
here. She just looks so
Probably
much
eating
better.
2 pounds of chicken today. So when I leave, I'm going to buy them a KFC gift card.
Yeah, it's not going to be taking any cat food home to her.
KFC grilled chicken without the skin and without the bones, please.
Really, she likes that.
Oh, she loves it. She recognizes me as the one who's been feeding her chicken. So now wherever I am, she comes over and looks up at me, and then she comes and runs up here because this is where I've been feeding her.
Yeah, to get away from the other ones.
Mm-hmm. So then if I don't pay attention, she comes again, and then she stares up, or she'll go on the counter and touch the refrigerator.
She's a smart.
She's a
little
very
girl.
smart kitty. That's a lot of chicken, you're right. Basically, between she and Magenta and a few little tidbits for the other kitties, because I always give other ones little treats and stuff when I'm feeding them, but she's gone through 5 chicken breasts and a chicken thigh.
Wow.
And Magenta's had some of that, and Putter had some of that. But
How's Magenta doing? Pretty good.
Magenta's Magenta. She's little. But I'm pleased to say she has discovered that new activity center bed back there, and she's down low in one of the beds,
Okay.
which makes me happier because she's
Not up.
yeah. She always has to do the highest part of it.
And then when she stands up, she'll do one of these
Mhm.
numbers, and it's like, which way are you gonna go? Dear Rachel, you're so funny. He's like a swimmer.
Oh yeah, probably a bacon double cheeseburger. It's probably onion ring. Well, I think basically she probably will. They're gonna be able to transition her to cat food, but
Good luck.
well, and with feeding these babies, the calorie intake that they put out is just huge, and we were all getting a little worried because you were getting a little skinny.
She was given everything she had to the babies, everything. Which was what Viola did too. Remember Viola?
Yeah.
She was like half her size. Hey, Rocky.
But as long as she will eat and is happy eating, I will be more than happy to provide her with chicken.
But she looks so much better.
Yeah.
Her fur and everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, she was rough, like a washboard.
Yeah. Well, Viola was the same way because Viola wasn't cleaning herself up, wasn't cleaning her babies up. I mean, she just.
At least she always did that.
Yeah, her babies were clean.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said if they were eating the food and got it all over them, she'd get some because she cleaned them.
Yeah, I brushed her a whole bunch yesterday, just with the baby brush.
Oh, she's just pretty.
She is, and she's so sweet.
Yeah, she's a gentle girl. She really makes me. Whoever adopted Viola, she'd be a good one to have because she and Viola are
just alike.
Yeah, they truly are. In fact, they look a lot alike, I think, in the face. The big eyes and being small. Viola was so small.
I don't know how a little baby like you knows how to take care of those baby kitties like you did, but you were such a good mama.
This is Purser, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Says I'm a very handsome boy. You're a very good boy, aren't you, Purser? Yeah. You're a very good boy. You were a very good kitty castle companion. Except when you were eating my toes. I was sleeping on the futon. And just had a blanket over me, and he found a way to get his paw through the stitching, and he would hook my toe and then nibble through the
Is he getting her toes?
That was the night we had he and Keisha over there.
Oh, I'll bet that was.
Well, he curled up at my feet and kept eating my toes all night long, and she decided that a great trick was to hop up, climb up the arm of the futon onto the back of it, and then leap down on my belly or onto my back.
Hello.
And I tried to get her to just settle in, and she, of course, wouldn't do that.
Nice now.
And so the trick was bounce up and down 2 or 3 times, and then
August. He goes right for the throat, doesn't he?
And he usually goes after Merle.
And that's who he's after.
Yeah.
It's like the dominance thing.
And he doesn't fight back.
No. August. Have they thought about containing August? Since he... No. Okay.
They hadn't.
Because it's kind of not fair to the yellow ones to be cooped up.
You should have seen him last night.
Well, last week.
Oh, no. Last night was even worse because they let them have the whole run of the welcome office to the back numbers room. Well, I went to Haley's walk-in for her prom last night, and then I came back over here, and I knew people would want to see the picture of Haley in her dress and stuff. And so we sat over here and talked for a while. When I went to leave, all 4 of them shot in here like they'd been shot out of a cannon.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I picked up two of them, got them back in there, went got the other two. One escaped. It would look like the Marx Brothers coming out of the clowns coming out of the car.
I don't doubt.
I finally ended up having to take them in one at a time and pen them in a pen in there till I could get my stuff and get that door shut.
And then go
So
let
that,
him out.
yeah,
I wonder why he picks on Merle.
but he doesn't do anything. Merle doesn't. He doesn't bite back.
Because Raga, he'll go do that with, and he never did before, but he'll go do that with Mater. And Mater's just, you know,
Thanks, guys, for voting. Vote for Joanne's kitties and Jack's moms, too.
but Mater will just look at Raga like, and what is your problem?
I mean, if he tried that with Liberty, she'd smack her.
It's not out of him.
You haven't met Rika, have you? You haven't met Rika. My new little tuxie baby. She's in.
Because there's the three amigos.
She looks like Matthew Scott, except she's got more. She's a she, and she's got more.
This is Matthew Scott, because he's got the one black.
He's round. No, she's got 4 black feet.
Okay, but he's got white feet.
That's her.
Like, oh, that's her.
That's her. She's got more white here. Rika. Rika. Not all. Not all of you. No. No. Bad mistake, Beth. Bad mistake. No. No.
I'm just not trying to shut the door.
Come here, Rika. Come here. Come here, baby girl. Come here, baby girl. No, this is Matthew Scott.
Oh, see, I wondered because of the toes.
Well,
See,
he's got the black. This is Matthew Scott.
Okay, I thought so because I thought, well, no, I saw that
Once
one
I-
last week.
Once I felt the belly.
Rika, come here. Jump.
Rika.
I think, I guess. Oh, Dexter's got like right back by his tail.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him.
Uh-huh.
That's Byron. Yeah. That's Byron. Francis. And Matthew Scott.
I was going to get Rika out to show Cheri, but Matthew was by the door, and so he got snatched. You can always tell him when you pick him up because he's all belly. He really is truly all belly.
And you can't pick him up.
Look
under
at
his
this.
arms. You have to pick him up.
Look at that. I'm sorry. We shouldn't tease you about your belly, should we? That's not nice. But he is. He's kind of a square kitten because he's about as tall as he is wide. Yes, and he's a very sweet boy. He is a very sweet boy. Yeah, aren't you? You're very sweet. Yes, you're very sweet. See if we can get Rika out without letting the entire tribe out. Or get you in without letting the entire tribe out. Let's do this quick.
Hi, Merle. Meanwhile, I have Fantasia. Hey, Merle. We have her. This Fantasia was by the door on the other side. Oh, look at her.
This is Miss Rika.
What's her story?
Former neighbor of Jackie's found her in her yard. And she has two big dogs, and this little kitty was trying to get into the slats of the fence between the two to get to the two dogs.
Oh, little girl.
She's very sweet.
She's
She's got the 4 white feet, and she's got more
white on her
white here
face.
than Matthew does, don't she?
Well, she doesn't have that black toe.
No.
On the front.
No, she's got bigger white feet too. Don't
And
she?
white whiskers. I love it when they have a black face and
White whiskers and white eyebrows.
See? And then you have Fantasia.
Who has ended up being the funniest. She's the fuzziest kitty of them all now.
See? They're 6 weeks old today.
7.
Is it 7? Oh, okay. That's right. Okay, 7.
Yeah, because they were born when I was here the last time.
Oh, where's your seat?
We're going to all have a hard time telling Smallisha's babies apart.
Oh, yeah.
Except, like I said, she's starting to lick some of the color off some of them because they're starting, a couple of them are starting to look a little grayer. So, or maybe silver undercoats in their black. Where are you going? Where is it you think you're going, miss? Oh, you see Mama Kitty down there, don't you? You see Mama Kitty down there.
I was just trying to find my mama. I thought maybe what was in that yard was my mom. Wouldn't have been a good thing if she'd have gotten in there.
No, it wouldn't, because the lady said their dogs would have eaten her. No doubt. No, Jackie brought her up and introduced her to this one. She goes up her face and is that the Mama Kitty? Huh? Is that the Mama Kitty?
See, Fantasia says hello.
Is that the Mama Kitty that's taking such good care of you? Huh?
That one.
Is that the Mama Kitty that's taking such good care of you?
Well, who knows? There's
I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, I think so.
She says that's all I wanted was a mommy.
Probably worked out if you got on the other side.
She says
I don't know if there's anything left there, but
where there's a will, there's a way. Just glad that lady found her.
Yeah, all of Jemima's kitties, the 3 girls especially, all have real stunning markings. I mean, Jessie's is really different in in her color combination, that really in that really light. Hi.
Then you have Bliss, who has the chipmunk stripes. Fiona had those stripes. Fiona had the stripes, she had the swirls, and then she had the spots on her belly. She's like, where'd this come from?
You weren't there when I was. And you won't be there long.
It's okay. You're a big girl now. Who's a big girl now? Look at you. Who's a big girl? Mm-hmm. Who's a big girl? You're gonna be pretty. Because you're really cute. Yeah.
She says, I's adorable. I's adorable.
She says, I'm a mommy kitty cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got a mind of your own, don't you? Little one. You're a lucky, lucky little girl. Yes, you are.
What are you hearing? Are you in baby kitties? Huh? Are you hearing baby kitties, Jemima?
Get those ears. Good.
Okay.
Here. Good girl. Good girl. Just got a little bit of a sore buffer.
It's a diarrhea. I love how she talks to him.
Well, when I was here, was it Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, she was talking to him.
Oh, yeah.
She was talking to the ones that were in there. She wasn't so much talking
Yeah.
to her. She was talking to the ones in there.
She talks to all of them. They're all her kitties.
Yeah, because she was sitting by that door
Mhm.
over there, and I mean, she was really talking. And Thursday was talking.
Thursday's very quiet now.
Did she go over to Brian to get
Mhm.
spayed? Okay.
She had a road trip.
Did she?
Thursday. You're taking such good care of that baby, Jemima. Yes, you're taking such good care of that baby. Yes, you are.
Rika says that's all I wanted. I just wanted a mommy.
Hey, Sally. Cam, what are you doing?
You tell her. Rick is down here with Jemima. Jemima's giving her a bath and talking to her. You're such a good mama kitty. You're such a good mama kitty. Yes, you are. You're such a good mama kitty. Such a good mama kitty. Yes.
What'd she do?
This Thursday.
Pretty girl. You gonna get one? Huh? Are you gonna get one?
I think they had a sale on razor blades on her.
Yeah.
She has a big shaved belly. She's a good girl. She's a very good girl. Mhm. I do exactly the same thing.
So is Brandon. He said that last week. He goes, "What?" I said, honey. Hey. Seriously. Hello. Hello, you.
Now, if you pick him up and turn him upside down, he just, and then, yeah, you have to scratch the back of his head.
Whoops.
Whoops. If you can get him there.
Because he's getting so long.
I know.
He says, no, not right now. He said that.
I'm busy, I'm busy.
Thursday says, don't get him close to me, I'll smack him. He's really growing.
Mm-hmm. And he's getting spottier.
Yeah. Gives you kisses. Well, hello, Patty. You're coming over getting kisses? Holy moly. I'm glad I'm sitting down.
Did you see Patty's new trick? With the brush?
What did you do? Let him that tongue. He needs a rewind button.
Mm-hmm.
Then he pushing it. Re-rolls it back up into his mouth.
Patty. Good boy.
Oh, he likes being brushed.
Oh, he loves to be brushed. As long as you don't brush his tummy or his armpits. But that's his new Cheri Black taught him that. He was following her she brushed him and he was following her to be brushed more and more and more. And so she finished brushing one cat and she just kind of tapped this and he came flying up. Now every time you do it, no matter where he is.
I'll be darned.
Pretty Pat. Can we do your chins? Can we do your chins, huh? Can we do all your chins? And the more you brush him, the farther his tongue comes out. It's true, isn't it? That tongue just comes out farther and farther. Yes. The tongue just comes out farther and farther. That's probably not your best end for the camera. Probably not your best end for the camera. Not polite. Not polite, no.
He said, that's okay, it's clean.
Did we check? Where's your tap? Here.
I'll be darned.
Okay, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. What's that tongue? You are beautiful. Yes. You're already beautiful. You are already beautiful.
Somebody get an ice cream cone. He's already.
Yeah. No sticking your tongue on telephone poles in the winter, though, Patty. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
He goes, what do you mean?
Yeah.
He says, hey.
I'm not done. You can be done. I'm not done. If we take any more, we'll have to make another patty. The first time Cheri did that, which I happened to be watching, we all got hysterical watching.
Oh, I'll bet.
You're a good boy, yes. You're a very good boy. Yes, you're a very good boy. And very handsome. And very handsome. Yes. Very handsome. Yes. No, that wasn't a cue. That was just a...
Look behind you.
I know. That wasn't a cue, Patty. We're done brushing. We're done brushing. Yes. That was very good. You're very handsome. Uh-huh. You're a very handsome cat.
Excuse me, sir.
You had your 5 minutes of fame. Here, I will move,
No, you're fine. You stay
and
right
I'll
where
just
you're
move
at.
Patty.
Huh?
I will move. I'll move Patty's stool over there, and you can have this one.
No, you're fine. Me and I can share. There. Sort
You're
of.
on his
Kinda.
tail. If he jumps, he's in trouble. There you go.
It's Miss Mary. Yeah. I don't get to see her very often.
No, he doesn't Patty's not a real, this Patty isn't a real treat kitty.
Mm-mm.
Patty Purr is. He probably does want some baby food. But tonight, if I get down on the floor, I probably won't get back up again, so.
Mary girl. It's really nice to see she's all filled out.
Mm-hmm. You gonna go to sleep, Mary? Huh?
They've been here a year, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think so.
Because I
Pretty close.
couldn't remember. Let me jump down. Okay, that's good. 'Cause there. Pretty girl.
Is it maybe time you go to bed, huh?
It's not yet.
5 minutes more, 5 minutes more.
Pretty.
We don't want to teach him that, Mommy.
He'd be on the stool.
He'd
all the
have his
time.
own private slave. He has to learn to cooperate, though, because he really does not like his front or his armpits, and that's where he gets the worst.
Yeah.
Mat, so you have to kind of corner him. And
Hey, Dutchie, did you wake up?
hi, Dutchie.
Dutchie was taking a nap.
Hi, Jersey.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, Jersey.
Do these two ever get together anymore? No.
No, they don't go after each other.
Yeah.
I mean, she'll occasionally like strike out at somebody if they're too close, but with him, she doesn't do that.
Good.
But
Okay. I didn't know like if they kind of hung out or
no, not anymore.
anymore. Okay.
It's cute because she doesn't. She used to really check on
Oh,
him,
yeah.
even though when she was, out and he was still not. Hi, Jersey boy. Hi, Jersey. What you doing, bud? Huh? What you doing?
Hi, Fleeb. I kind of said hi, everybody, and then I took off. You're up and ready for blueberry shortcake? Oh, Dutchie. Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, anything sounds good. I had popcorn on the way over again. That's my staple one.
I had spinach dip.
Ooh, sounds good. I know it's Wrigley. I know it's Wrigley.
Hi, Wiggly. Hi, Wiggly.
You're okay, Fleeb. You're okay.
And Kizzy is coming around slowly. She's out loose in the Big Thumper's room, and she's discovered the closet where the furnace is in there, and we retreat there if she's getting nervous. But she came out and let Cheri pet her. Phil spent time with her today. I spent time with her this morning, and she's still a little overwhelmed when there are a lot of people or a lot of activity. But you have to remember she's been living with one person in essentially one room. So it's going to take her a while, and she's sad. She lost her mama and got moved. So yeah, Jersey's come a long, long way.
Hi, Tara. How are you? She had fun yesterday. She really liked being here. Fresh Canadian blueberries. Thank you, Dutchie.
Is that the price you pay for having 9 months of winter?
Oh.
You get fresh Canadian blueberries.
Pretty weird.
Has it finally gotten a little warmer up there, Dutchie? Yeah, she was actually asking to come out of her pen yesterday. You know, she was, for the first day and night, she was just basically up on the shelf in that pen, and you couldn't do anything to get her down. And when I walked in yesterday morning, she hopped down off the pen and came over and started rubbing on the bars to be petted. So I checked with Jackie, and Jackie said it was okay for her to be out. So Kelly got the vacuuming done in there and then let her down. So
I know you did, Tara. Dutchie says, nope, it's freezing.
I'm sorry. It was nice here today. It was chilly, but
Yeah.
it was
Breezy and chilly yet.
I said I brought all my wonderful FFRTC t-shirts to wear, and I haven't had one on yet because it's
too chilly.
I was even chilly in what I had on earlier today, so I went back to fleece and a turtleneck. And
Brandon has been graduated from college a whole year today.
really,
Whole year.
hi Kiko.
Pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. What did you fall?
He got kind of held to that and then flipped back onto the other stair. And he did a Walter. Say it that way.
Yeah, Emma, Brandon graduated a year ago today from college. Yeah.
Oh, so it hasn't been a full year.
Yeah.
July.
Oh,
Or
Marion,
Jersey.
Jersey? Okay. I couldn't remember.
I couldn't remember exactly what time
Yeah.
of year it was. Remember Jackie's long car drive by herself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that one. And then she came back 2 weeks later, her truck died. Jeez. Brandon majored in information technology in college. Thank God, because his mama doesn't know how to turn on a computer. Brandon, how you do this? Mom,
Yeah.
hey, that's why you spent all that
And it
money.
says power.
That's why you spent all that money, Brandon.
Jersey boy, where you going?
Just thank God every day for his job.
Yeah.
He's so lucky. That's what I'm hoping, Fleeb. That way someday he'll be able to take care of his mama. What do you think, Mary? You think, pretty girl? You know, they can't see her face. I need to be sitting on the stool with my back to Beth so they can see her face. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Yeah. Dear, now they can see Mary. Dear. Come here. Pretty girl.
Look, when she scrunches up her face.
She like pushes her head back against you. She's hugging.
And she scrunches up her eyes, and when she does, her mouth comes up a little bit, like a little smile.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Flebe. There are days I wish I would have gone back to school and become a nurse. But I didn't. A friend of mine went back to school and she was 46 and became a registered nurse. She works at a dialysis place in Bryan now. Loves it. Are you, Billy, really? Somebody's crying over there, aren't they?
No, I can't figure out which direction it's coming from. If it's coming from back here.
I think it is. I think it's coming from the back.
Which, this way? Or
Yeah,
back?
the way you're going. Yeah. What Brandon does, he works for Therma-Tru in Maumee, Ohio, and it's the parent company of the Therma-Tru in Butler, and they make doors, outside doors, fiberglass doors. I didn't know that, Billy. I'll be darned. Well, then you'll always have a job, Billy. Bless your heart. Is she a good girl? She's got a pretty pink collar. Look at you. She's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Wow. Wow, Billy. Pretty girl. Mm.
Hi, Joey. Hi, bud. How are you? How are you?
It's a good girl.
Where's the Joey?
She's a good girl. You're supposed to be looking at the camera. You're supposed to be looking at the camera. Pretty girl.
Hey, Sally, that's not nice.
Have a good supper, Purple.
Not nice. Yeah, I won't take your ring, I promise.
Oh, wow, Emma.
I think it's Joey and Walter talking to each other.
When I was in school, I always wanted to have like a boarding kennel type thing
Mhm.
and be affiliated with a veterinarian. I always wanted to do that. But it would have ended up, I would have kept all the animals. And that wouldn't have been good. It wouldn't have been good.
Well, I was going to rescue horses, so.
Yeah.
And live in Rockford in the park of Brenville.
It's okay, we'll keep them out in the parking lot.
And Flea always wanted to be a dog groomer.
I'm sorry.
Flea says she always wanted to be a dog groomer.
Aw.
She's in healthcare.
Aw. What are you doing? You hugging. Are you hugging? Hmm? Miss me. shoulder. Okay. Are you comfy? Well, okay. Because I don't know how Elizabeth holds her.
Anyway, Mary wants to be held. A lot like that.
Pretty girl. Yes.
She likes you in a position where she can headbutt you, you know, and give you nuzzles.
Pretty girl. Just so you're comfortable. Yeah. Because when she wants to, she can whack you too.
Uh-huh.
Because she's whacked me before and it's like, okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. Yeah. Because you just look at somebody and you haul off and you bust them one.
Well, I think I'm going to head to bed.
Aw. You don't have
I'll see you
to.
next Sunday.
Oh, you're here again.
Yeah.
Good, 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 good.
Yeah, so.
Good, good. Good, good. Do you have anybody out in the kitty castle with you tonight? No? You want to get some sleep tonight?
I don't usually take anybody because I can't scoop boxes, so.
Yeah.
So I just love them up in here.
Yeah.
But a couple of times when I've had somebody out there with me, then we take. We've had Purser, Keisha, and Ming.
He's a good.
Oh, he was such a hoot out there. He was just one of the nights Sarah stayed because the weather was bad. She said, "Would you care if I bring Ming?" I said, "Of course not," you know. And so she brought him out. First thing he did was run under the futon and hide. And we just left him be. He was there about 10 minutes or so, and Sarah finally put the back of the futon up and got him out and put him on the futon. And she had her quilt spread out. He made biscuits on every single corner of that entire quilt, on that whole entire futon. Then he hopped down, and we left the cage door open, and I put a blanket down for him. And he'd go lay on the blanket for a while. And then he came and hopped on the bed, and he made biscuits on every corner of the bed. Then he found the toy box. Sarah was taking some toys out. He found the toy box, and he'd take a toy out and carry it to the blanket where the crate was. Then he'd go get another one. And then he just laid there like this.
He's OCD, isn't he?
He wasn't so much OCD, but it was like, nobody's taken any of these away from me. They're all mine.
Wow, I can't believe this.
And we left the, he doesn't like it when it's really dark.
Mm-hmm.
So we left the porch.
Does he have trouble seeing?
I don't know if it's that he has trouble seeing or if he just, you know, because he didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
But we left the light in the wicker room there on the front of it on. And he seemed perfectly happy. And I woke up at one point during the night. And you know how you wake up and you feel like somebody's looking at you? And I looked up, and here's silhouette against that light is his little face just staring at me. But he was so good. He explored every single inch of Kitty Castle. Never got up on anything except the beds. And Sarah had put a bunch of snacks and stuff on that she brought on the table. And he wanted to know what was on there. So he gets, and he stretched with every being on his very tippy toes with his paws and went all the way down this way and all the way down that way, looking at what was on the table. And then he got down, didn't bother any of it. He was so good, and he was so cute.
Bless his heart.
Yeah. And I said, you know, because Sarah got up really early, and I said, was he in bed with you? And she said, oh, he was in bed with me a couple of times during the night. But she said, if I looked to find out where he was, if he wasn't, he was happing and half out of the crate on his blanket, just laying there sleeping or hugging his toys.
Bless his heart.
That part of it was really cute because it was like, you know, once he kind of scoped the whole place out, it was like, hey, I'm here by myself, you know? And I had these people feeding me snacks and petting me, and he was really
Because that's one kitty I was afraid
Yeah,
wasn't gonna
he
make it.
would be such a great cat for somebody who had the time to spend, with him. That was interesting.
I guess. And he's probably thinking the same thing. How did I do that?
But he's such a sweet boy, and he was just so good. And I could see him just blossoming, because he was perfectly happy to sit right by me in the bed, not being needy, just kind of snuggled right up against me. If I'd pet him, he'd look up and just,
He was just taking it all in.
How about a little bit? If we put you back with the other kittens so you can go to bed now that you have a full tummy, huh? Would that be a good idea? You think that would be a good idea? I think it would, because otherwise you're going to fall off.
Yeah.
You're turning into Jello. Rika's going to say good night because she's a little on the sleepy side. She just spent some time with the mama kitty down here.
She's happy.
Yes, she is. No, not, no. That doesn't mean everybody comes out. That does not mean everybody comes out. That means everybody goes to bed. That means everybody goes night-night. Yes. That means everybody goes night-night. That's food. Okay. It's not food here. Just a minute. No.
I just don't want you to block your nose.
Ow. Ow. Yeah. Ow. I don't need that. Ow. Ow. There you go. Okay. Everybody eats over here. Everybody eats over here, not on my feet. Come on. Come here. Over here. Here. You go. Over here. Good kittens. Good kittens. Night night.
I would think Mary would not be comfortable.
Are you comfortable, baby girl? Huh? You probably whack me because you don't really hold it because Cheri's holding you. You look pretty happy. She looks like she should be on the front of a greeting card.
She's so pretty.
She got that one little paw right up next to her face. Well, I'm going to say good night, everybody, and leave you to Cheri. I'll go over and watch in Kitty Castle until I fall asleep. And I will see you next week.
Yes, I will be here. I don't know if I'll be here Tuesday night or not.
Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to dinner Tuesday, so. I mean, I'll be back before you leave, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Are you comfortable?
Merle is very busy tonight. He's usually the sleepyhead. So good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Good night. Love you. Say
Love
night.
you too. Love you too.
She says, what have you got? She says,
Love you too. Yes.
sleep tight.
Do you want me to put Thomas out?
He's in here?
Yeah.
How did he get in here?
Oh, one of the 27 times through the door.
Where's that Casrelli? That's Casrelli. That's Cas.
No, I think that's Thomas.
No, that's Cas. Because Thomas's fur always looks so, bedhead. That's Casrelli. He said, hi, Casrelli.
Are you Casarelli?
Says yes.
Yes, you are. I thought Thomas, I thought I saw him in here. Maybe he's made his way to the back again.
He was back in the back.
I'll check as I
Okay, okay. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Miss Mary? Well, you're just a purring and a purring. Thomas has a bell, okay. What? Oh, Miss Mary. Oh, Miss Mary. Yeah. Miss Mary. Get that to scoot over there. Miss Mary. You're okay. Yeah. This is Mary. I have Mary. There goes Wrigley. They can't see your face, baby girl. Let's see if I get my leg. Come on, leg. There. There. There, Mary. What's the matter? What's the matter, Jemima? Miss Mary. Baby girl. Baby girl. Baby girl.
Everybody's in the right pew, Cheri.
Okay, thank you. Miss Mary. Are you comfortable? I wouldn't think you'd be comfortable. I wouldn't think you'd be comfortable. No. Good to see you too, Bengal. How are you? Yes, Dutchie, I do want a piece of your blueberry shortcake. I want a piece of it, not a picture. Yes, send me a picture. I love blueberries. My favorite. Pretty girl. Oh, you're okay. You're okay. Shh. Where you go? Oh, Mary. She's laying her head on my shoulder. Doing good, Bengal. Doing good. Hoping one of these days Northwest Ohio, Bobcats. Hoping one of these days Northwest Ohio has spring instead of fall and winter. Hope Brandon gets here pretty soon. Miss Mary. Oh, Mary. Hope you guys don't mind I don't have the babies out here. Thanks, Bengal. been a while since I've held Mary like this. Oh, I love blueberries. You think? Oh, you're just fine. Anything that's going on down there is down there. Nothing's gonna get you. Nothing's gonna get you. No. But if you went down, hi Zoo. If you went down, you let me know. Okay, big girl. Mm-hmm. Big girl. She's big. It's a man. I haven't held her for a long time. Because usually she doesn't come out. Hi Jim or Jenny, how are you? How are you, Jenny? Yep, this is Mary. Hi Jazz. It's Mary. Were they rowdy? I'll bet they were. I'll bet they were. It's Mary. They can't see your face. They can't see your face, Mary. Hi Mike, how are you? I hope you're feeling better. I got hair in my mouth, Mary. Go figure. How'd I get that? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Those sound good, Wavy. Those sound good. Lyman. I'll have to remember that. See if we can. Good. I'm glad, Mike. Have to see if we can get those around here. Because I froze some myself during the summer when you can get blueberries. You think your kitty took some? I always freeze a bunch of them. Mary. 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 Ooh, that sounds good. Aw, Fleeb. Aw. Hugs to you. Hugs to you, sweetie. I promise I understand. If I didn't have you guys and my boys, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know. Hey, puppy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Mary. If you went down, you let me know. You're welcome, Fleeb. Big hugs to you. Thank you, Dutchie. Thank you. See you next Sunday, Fleeb. I'm not sure if I'll be here Tuesday night or not. Maybe if I come Tuesday, maybe I'll see you then. Oh, I have, Zoo. Yep, I saw them. Some of them are turning kind of a dark gray. They're not as black as they were. Thanks, Dutchie. I'm going to have to give some food to Smalisha. Oh, Mary, you're hugging. You're hugging. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Bless her heart. She's just hugging. Hi, Kiwi. She's just hugging tonight. Pretty girl. Oh, I'm doing good, Emma. I'm sitting here rocking a kitty and it's nice and warm and it's so relaxing. If you guys think it puts you out, you ought to be sitting here. That's how I go to sleep at home. I have kitties that get up and sleep with me. I woke up this afternoon and I had 5 of them on me. 3 on my chest, 1 on my foot, another one down on my legs. Pretty girl. Wow. This is a treat holding Mary. I can't believe she stayed this long. I hold her close like this because she's, with her CH, she's so shaky. And I just hold her close to me. Bless her heart. That's just it. I'm not sure how Elizabeth holds her, so want her to be comfortable. Oh, it sounds good, Kiwi. Nope, I don't need blankets, Annie, I'll tell you. I love it when they sleep with me like that. That's how I sleep the best. Usually it's Cracker. He gets up on my chest. He's such a big old lug. But when he's on my chest, he's on all of me because he's so big. I'm sorry. Is that okay? Is that okay? Bless her heart. I think I could probably sit here a while if she's asleep. Except for when I tickle her ear with my hair. Oh, did it? I didn't even pay any attention, Dutchie. Hi, Canton. Hi, Leggy. How are ya? Oh, Brandon's here. About time, Brandon. Hey, whiz. I know. Me too, Joanne. Me too.
Big Al was
Hi,
outside.
Marcus.
Back in.
Oh, honey, I don't know.
No, he was outside and I let him back in.
Oh, okay. Okay. What you got? Itchy piggy toes? You got itchy piggies? Hmm? Oh, it's got itchy. Oh, thanks, Mary. That was a juicy one. Yuck. Mary, you weren't supposed to sneeze on me. No. Oh, well. The price you pay. Say, Jenny. Say. It's okay. You just had a tickle. You had a tickle. See, they're all saying, bless you, Mary. Bless you. Hey, Brandon,
Huh?
do you remember Smallisha, the little black kitty that was pregnant? She had her babies. They're out in Dodger's pen.
Let's check him out.
What are you doing? You want to go? Oh, you want to see? You want to see Brandon? Mary come bebopping over to look over the shoulder.
I was petting Seymour because he's laying here on the rug.
Seymour.
And then Wrigley, I heard him go, so.
Wrigley.
Do you want back down, baby girl?
Wrigley.
Hi, Wolf. How are you?
I wonder Smallisha.
She just came.
Oh.
I think she might have been out in Thumper's room. She was in Thumper's room. And yeah, she was in Thumper's room because she was laying, they have one of those end tables like out in the living room, and they made it into a bed. She was in there with a couple of the gold kittens, and Thomas, and she started having babies. And Jackie said she wasn't going to have babies for a while. And Beth was in with her, and Beth came out and said, Jackie, we're having babies. And Jackie goes, oh, you're joking. And Beth's like, no. And she had, I think, 5, and they were black, black, black. But now there's some of them that are kind of graying up. Beth said she's licking the color off of them. Would you give me a
Not very
case?
active, but pretty quiet.
Yeah. They're just brand new ones. I think it was just yesterday or the day before.
Oops.
I didn't think you were going to get here.
Yeah. Candy's laying on her purse.
Oh, I know she is.
She didn't want to move.
See, Miss Mary.
Hey, Sarah.
Oh, Wolf. Holy cow. Do you want down, baby girl? Do you want down? I'm thinking the answer is no, but
Come by, huh?
I should be holding
Is
some.
she eating more now?
Yeah, Beth, are you ready for this? Beth goes to Kentucky Fried Chicken and gets her the grilled chicken,
Uh-huh.
and she eats the grilled chicken. No, take skin off and give her grilled chicken. She just eats it like crazy. I don't know if there's any in the fridge or not.
What's wrong with Mary's arm?
Nothing.
It looks like it's been shaved.
Oh, honey, I don't know.
So you're gaining weight, huh?
Oh, she's looking really good. But yeah. Here, let me put Mary down. August. Come on.
I just came over and sniffed my hand.
August is very mean.
Very what?
Mean to Merle.
That's how Merle came running up to me when I walked in.
They really have to watch him as well. And it's Merle's the only one he doesn't with because Merle doesn't fight back. He goes up to him by his throat and he's really.
She must think she's getting fed.
I'm sorry, Mary. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There you go. You okay? I've been holding her quite a while. Like,
Yeah, her arm's been shaved or something. She's upset because you put her down.
yeah, she's not happy. When she wants you to hold her, ah, look at what I found.
Is that what she wants? Right here's Merle.
When she gets adopted, what did Beth say? She's going to give them gift certificates for Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Whoa. Unless he thinks he's getting fed, he just let me pet him. Where are you gonna feed her at?
Probably
With her babies?
put her.
You gotta watch out. Seymour's just
Right behind me.
chilling right behind you.
Okay.
No, she's just she's not. She doesn't want to eat. She's just a picky eater, aren't you? She's just, she knows what she wants.
Now, Sarah. Now, Sarah.
They all want her food.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to open up that pen for me? Please.
I think he even woke up.
Tinker.
Mm-hmm.
Tinker. Ready? Magenta's been eating it too.
Well, I'll probably get her drool again. She just like that stuff.
You're a pretty girl. That way the kitties don't bother you. She really likes that chicken. Paddy? And Paddy? Oh, he's so Paddy. You lost right by Candy.
I know, because I was looking at cots.
Candy's like, excuse me, am I chat liver? It's good. Ooh, Daddy, is that energy?
No, that's all of it.
Because she got Emma.
No, I had to. They bought her before she bought anything.
some too, okay, sweet baby?
Or does she want the girl?
No, we'll give her chicken. She's been eating chicken.
Okay.
Watch the chair, because she's
Yeah.
right there.
Tinker. She doesn't look like she feels that good.
Who, Candy? Oh, she's okay. She was sleeping.
Just,
That is Emma.
Tinker wants some too. Is that the KFC chicken?
Yeah, it's the girls.
He's going after my chair now. Patty cakes. Look. He was on yours. I put this and he's like, thank you.
That's in the fridge.
You're done?
No, she ate it all.
Did she?
Yeah. Hang on a second. Just leave her there.
Okay. Where are you gonna put
Just hang on. Because what I'm going to do is put some more in this plate and give it to her. No, 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 no. I'll give her some more. And then I'll get that plate and put some on the agenda. Emma. Emma. Careful with your riches.
yeah.
Whoops, Emma. Careful, baby girl. Yeah, he's asking me tomorrow.
Did your tongue ever go back in?
Oh, you should have.
Look at him.
I know, but you should have seen that. That's what's brushing him. You tap the brush on the stool, comes and hops up there, and the more you brush him, the more his tongue hangs out.
Might be able to give it to her right there.
No.
Who's this
There's some more. And if you can grab that. Here.
for? Stools.
Anyway.
Tinker. No.
Rico, there's more. Look on the
I
plate.
got it.
Look on the plate. Look on the plate.
He see who's hiding in the trees. Not me.
Yeah.
She doesn't sleep.
There she goes. She says, oh, I didn't know that was there.
Walter once said bad.
Oh,
Murph was in the
Merle.
He went in there because he smelled it and he came out like, where is it?
He's just such a gentle little soul.
Oh. Zelda went after Tinker.
Hang on, Patty.
She wants it now.
Oh, I'm sure she does. Hello, Merle.
We all thought Merle was going to be the one that just didn't really like being held or anything.
He's such a sweet
Around. She's getting antsy.
Yeah. Cool it down. 8 seconds. Why don't you watch her so she doesn't fall out there? It's probably
Joey and Walter. I don't know if Walter's coming with Joey or Joey after him.
Hey, you two. Hey, Walter. Maybe they're playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just right here.
Yeah, I know.
You know, give it to her right here.
No, she's all off.
Where are you going to take her?
See if she can settle the pedal. That's there.
Yes, can.
Merle. Hi, Navi. Hi, Jackson. Yeah, I know, all you guys. Did you eat it? Oh, my Lord, she ate all that, too. Bless her heart.
I'm glad the boys aren't smart enough to know where you put the chunks of their food yet.
Are you done? She ate a lot of chicken. Wow.
Oh, Emma did though. No, Emma. Emma.
Oh, she didn't.
I was pulling her away. She reached out with her paws and snagged it.
Okay, okay, keep her away.
Because I pulled her and she did that.
Keep her away.
Like that was.
We keep them down. Here.
I don't know if Magenza's going to eat it now.
Let's hope so.
Nope.
No, come here, baby girl. Come here, too.
You want me to let what's her name out?
Yeah.
Hey, August. What you doing? Come on. Come on, Jemima.
Thank you.
Oh,
Way to go, Navi. Whatever that was.
now Emma. Merle.
Come on, Gentle. Gentle. There it is. Gentle. What am I going to do with you? I'm going to do with you, Gentle. My Gentle.
You want some gruel?
Well, I will use one of these plates. You stay there, okay? You stay there. We'll get you fixed up. We'll get you fixed up, baby girl. You, Mr. Paddy. Hi, me.
Abby's a big girl.
She is. I miss it.
Can you imagine how big Abbott
Oh my.
is too?
That he's huge.
Oh, hi.
Pretty girl. Hi, Myrtle.
The really pudgy black one wags his tail like a dog.
There's another black and white one. Her name is Rika. There's one in there that has a white foot and has a black toe on it. That's Matthew Scott.
Bonnie's the one thing.
I know.
Before we could get her to eat, now she won't eat them. Now she can't stop eating. The old black one, his tail's just.
Come on, Genta. Here, you try that. Try that, Genta. Come on, you gotta eat. You've gotta eat something. Come on, Magenta. That's all in here. Sakes and gracious.
That was her.
Yeah,
This is Whisk, right?
that is Tabitha.
Oh.
That's Tabitha. Daisy's up there. Tinker says, I know there was food here. No, I know. Aren't you hungry?
I might. I was waiting to see what Campy was doing.
Was
They're
she-
all
Where
asleep.
did she go?
She's right there.
Oh, is that her? Okay. Come here, Byron. Come here, Byron.
How can you tell them all apart?
Well, Byron doesn't have the gold on him like the twins. He's just Byron. Princess Byron.
So those two are twins then?
Okay,
Have my seat, Patty.
you're just gonna have to move him. That's the only way you're gonna get
He's
it.
such an attention.
You won't be able to hold him.
Take that one. Ew, you're all wet. No, you don't. He's like, yeah, I do.
He might have gotten up in the sink. Shit.
Just leave her in there.
For a little bit. For a little bit.
He must have itches. Look at him. Yeah, he does. He's got like little bites.
See, Byron.
Do you wanna
Where's Jemima? She's right here, right down here on the
She's
floor.
grumpy.
Hi, Boo. Well, she's still hungry. I'll tell you what. You hold Byron. Come here, Jemima.
Putting her with her babies.
Yeah, I know.
We're trying to keep him a gentle leader. Byron.
She's eating gruel. That's good.
Do you want him back out with
No.
Merle?
Okay,
If you want.
I'll get Mom for you and I'll switch. Come here, buddy.
Daddy. Got him.
There you go.
Come here, you big goof.
You gotta hold it.
I was. This is what he does. Ooh, tail down.
If you can get him there. There.
I don't know.
You need to come this way with your chair. There you go. So they can see you. Hi, Lily.
Merle.
He's
Oh.
so pretty.
When I hold him this way, well, he might went down.
That didn't work out well. Leanie says you need to adopt Merle so you have a Wheezy look-alike.
Yeah. Oh,
Hi,
boy.
Luann.
It's like his tail or his tongue's jammed.
You guys can't see Patty. He's so funny. There. Show him, Patty. Come on. Come on, Patty. Show him. Show him. Brandon's scratching him and he's taking his tongue.
Wow, she demolished that plate. Now she's going on the chicken.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. If she's eating, that's good. I mean, she's had quite a bit.
Yeah.
I put 2 good spoonfuls of the gruel on there because I didn't think Magenta would eat that much.
You're
Where do you
welcome,
go?
Patty. You're welcome, Patty. Wonder what their mom's up to.
Their mom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know.
Patty.
She was adopted.
What?
Byron, you have to stay up here. Yeah. Little Byron. Little Byron.
Oh, Patty. Oh, Patty.
Boy, Jemima's really hungry. Wonder if I
Just-
should.
Which is weird because she has her food in there, but she won't eat it.
Oh, no, she's
She's gotten quite spoiled. But that's
Do you need me to
alright.
move?
You're fine. I get through. You're fine. You're fine. Hi, Mary. Mary.
Guess who's on the counter wanting to get fed?
Magenta.
Yep. Patty. Patty. Oh, you got a dirty butt. Patty. Patty. What am I your best friend because I scratch your back? Hmm. Patty. Patty. Canvy is laying in a cat bed. Right. See where my finger is? She's right there in that bed. Cleaning herself. Patty. Oh, there we go. That's a spot, huh? That's the spot, huh? There we go. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, she knows I'm here. I walked up and petted her, but she's cleaning herself right now. Oh, there she is. She's sitting up right now. Right there.
Well, you were holding her, trying to. Francis, if you're going to try and get down, you have to go back in your room. Yeah, if you're going to try and get down. Are you hungry yet?
Yeah, got more?
That's Francis.
Hi, Francis. When's their surgery day coming?
Oh, I don't know. They're not quite old enough yet. Are you done?
Yep, this is Francis. Hey, buddy. Now, he's one of Dora's, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's one of Dora's.
And she had 5?
Yes. She had 6, but one of them. No,
Yeah, she did. Well, she didn't make it.
no, that was.
Oh, that was Jemima.
That was Jemima. Yeah,
So she had Francis, Dexter,
she had 5.
That's right.
Byron,
Byron,
and the
Clarence.
Francis.
You gonna feed Magenta while you're up there too?
I don't know what to get her. I don't know what to
Oh,
get her.
Francis, nope.
Is he trying to get down?
Yeah.
Hey.
Unless he's just trying to get up on my shoulder, which is what they
Which
all
isn't
do.
good. Yeah, but it's not good because if he jumps, he'll be history in the making.
May 30th. May 31st.
He's crazy. Say,
He loves being on camera.
no, he likes being scratching and petting him.
Yeah, he's got like little bites all over him.
The face, I know.
Well, his tongue was halfway out. And even though I got it back in his mouth, I tapped it. It's like a reset button.
Let's push this over here. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Maybe later Magenta will be more hungry and we'll give her.
Well, I don't know what to do.
She likes the gruel. The
I
runnier
know,
the
but
better.
she wouldn't eat it. It's patty or it's cakes. I'm
Cakes,
sorry,
patty cakes.
patty cakes.
Purr's not the
May
social.
31st. Okay, what are they talking about? May.
Navi.
If I can get Francis to hold still.
He looks pretty ornery.
Well, they're out of the room. That's why.
I don't know why they went out so bad.
Oh, to play.
They can play in there.
Oh no, it's not the same.
He says, not the same. He says, I won't hold still, so I gotta go back in. Oh, he says, oh, look
Who's
at
that
me.
handsome fella?
He says, oh, well, who is there? Well, he says, wow, I'm pretty darn cute.
Where's Lorenzo?
I don't know.
I haven't
He
seen
might be out in Kitty Cabana.
him. Genta.
He said, oh. He says, I'm just darn cute.
I wonder if maybe she just doesn't like being fed in there.
I don't know. I don't know.
Tell Emma. Cause she'll either she really only tries to eat the crew. Here's Jemima. She's gonna be like
She's grumping.
she's gonna be like that Siamese one.
Viola.
That if anyone
Not
came around
Viola. Yvonne. She's still hungry. Okay. Jemima's still hungry, so I have to.
even Zelda
Francis is a male. He's a male, Jenny.
even Zelda was like, oh. Because Jemima was walking over there and Zelda just stopped and
Oh, is you gonna keen your piggies? You keening your piggies? Is you keening your piggies?
his tail's going. And
See, you can pet him like that, but don't pick him up. Doesn't want to be picked
which
up.
is weird because they were handled and
Whoop. Okay, Jemima, where'd she go?
she's right there.
You want me to get you some more? I'll get you more, baby girl, if you won't eat it.
Of course.
Yes, baby girl.
'Cause
I
was it-
sure will.
Was it Viola who or Yvonne? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Yvonne.
it was Yvonne. Yep. She was the one that had been underneath that porch.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't get the food.
Right. Patty cakes. Patty cakes. Patty cakes. What? Patty cakes. What? Patty cakes. Oh, yeah, patty cakes. Yum, 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 yum. Now, if only you made those sounds like they do on YouTube, we'd have a hit. So I could scratch your back and you go, yum, 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 yum. You could talk. No. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Oop. Let me scratch your ear.
I know. That's her.
His ear itches him too.
It's okay, sweet girl. I'm getting you some.
Ooh,
You're fine. You're not my way.
magenta.
No.
Oh. Hey, Sarah. I'd like to see anyone try and come near the food when she eats it. Sarah. Sarah. Hey, girl. Meow.
Ready?
I haven't seen Kiara either.
Come to think of it, neither have I. Come to think of it.
I think I irritated Patty's ear.
Come here, baby girl. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Is that okay? She says, oh, yeah. She says, yeah. sweetheart. Do you want some baby food?
Is that better?
Hi, Mary. I'll try baby food.
For Magenta?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you gonna feed her? She's gonna bite my nose. I'm like, don't bite my nose.
And she's thinking I don't fit in.
Yeah. She's too comfortable here to
Here comes Tinker.
You should have seen him. He took off from here, jumped on there, and ran over there.
She says, I got it made. My Brandon's here. My Brandon's here. Well, Genta, we'll try baby food. No, you can't have the plate. Emma, no. Okay? No, Emma, I'm so sorry.
Do you need help?
No. How you doing, Genta? How you doing there, girl? Tinker.
Yeah.
He says, okay, I'll get this food. When I see Emma, she makes me think of Kiara.
I think she looks like Jemima.
Okay,
And you got Merle.
I
Just,
know.
what's going on? Need help?
Nope.
Don't do it, Patty.
There, you go up there, little one. Please eat that.
You just gotta let her. Just gotta try. Eventually she will.
Right here. Mm. Magenta Lou. I could do it, yeah. Huh? I could do it, you Magenta Lou.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't either. I don't know. Magenta Lou. Come here. Mm. Oh, jeez. Magenta. Really?
What was that stuff you gave her before? It was like,
Tony, baby, I don't know what to give her.
what was
I've
that
tried
camp?
chicken. I've tried chicken. I've tried baby food.
You tried gruel.
Yeah, I've tried everything.
Then there's that, well, there's that canned pet food she likes too. He's such a bitch. Yeah. Come on, girl. Come on, girl.
Bella.
Oh, she is right there. I don't know if she'll eat it without being on camera.
Where's Bella?
Over here.
Here. Now you want. Where you going, Richard? Where you going, Jim? Hey, Merle.
No, Mommy. I wouldn't.
No fair. No fair. No fair. I'm so sorry, baby girl. I'm sorry.
She's eating, but she's sure drinking water.
I know.
It scares me when everyone's supposed to know everything. This Tinker's right there, sure.
She's letting it.
Yeah.
Well, don't let him get it away from you.
Tinker. Here, Tinker.
Yeah, don't let him get it away from you.
No, Tinker. He's relentless.
Well, yeah. We're talking baby food. We're not talking just plain old canned cat food.
Right.
Hi, Thursday. Hi, Thursday. Hi, Thursday.
Bella's loving this.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Now that you're all wet. Yeah. Oh, Bella. Gentle. Now she's eating the turkey canned cat food, which is good.
Well, I think that's what you gave her before.
No, Emma. No. Sorry. No. 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 This is for Gentle. Yay, she's eating.
Did you have everything you wanted? Pretty girl? Are you all done? That a girl. Here. Jemima? Jemima? Is her okay now? Okay. I whisk. Here, Jemima. Oh, yeah. You feel all better? Huh? I hope so. There. That's her all better? Well, sure. What you doing, pretty girl? Okay, let's get some babies. Are you all better? Jemima. Yeah. Come here. Oh, there. There. There, Jemima. There. Hers got a full tummy. Yeah. 2 plates of chicken. Okay. Who wants to come out? Who does? Who wants to come out?
Where? Where is this? Let me see this. Oh, there we go. Check them out.
Hi. Hi. I think you're Abner. I think I have Abner.
Can my chair whisk?
Just gonna have to move him.
Here, bud.
Okay. Sorry about all that, but we got her to eat.
So I went like this. I was like, come here, Canby. She got up, walked over to my hand, so I picked her up. Then she wanted down.
Magenta is over there. I just get so scared when she's up there.
I had to hold the plate for Bella and rotate it for her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Queen Bella. Hi, Brooke. Abner is. Are you walking on the wheel? You are. Are you walking on the wheel? You are. You make it go?
Was he sleeping?
Yeah. Which is Abner Piggy Toys? Was Abner Piggy Toys?
Okay.
Zelda likes that thing.
What's that?
That Zelda girl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Hello, Lodo.
Guess who came trotting over?
Candy.
Yeah.
Candy.
No, it's another thing she actually wants picked up. I don't know where she went.
She's back there.
Candy. Miss Candy.
See? Sorry about all that. But we got Genta to eat, and Jemima had 3 plates of food.
She had more than 3. She had about 4 or 5, including the stuff that.
Hi, Oscar.
Including the stuff that Magenta did eat.
Yeah.
I bet she's still hungry.
I'm just glad she ate. That's good. You've been watching Patty on the wheel? Huh? Been watching Patty? These guys are 7 weeks old today.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't think Zelda likes Snobby.
Unless it's Jemima.
Oh my.
weeks ago, your ears were on the side of your heads. Look how big you've grown.
They're gonna be fuzzy too.
Look how big you've grown. Here, I know. There. See, if I hold you like this, you don't have to worry about falling. Yeah. Tell him. Tell him. Say, it's so hard being a kitten. It's hard.
Jemima's over there too.
It's hard work. Jemima, who have I got? Who have I got? You need to wash your hands and go see those babies.
I might. I get worried about that though.
Well, that's okay. That's all right.
Some moms don't like their babies messed with. I think Jemima's gonna watch your every move.
Jemima, have I got one of your babies?
Hey,
Is this one of your babies? Well, is that one of your babies? Here,
Yeah.
talking. She's talking to her babies.
She's a very responsible mom.
Here.
She's probably like, you're so dirty.
She's a good mama. That's Abner. It's Abner. Abner says, "Oh, mommy, I love you."
What's she doing? Cleaning his belly?
A little farther down.
Oh.
Why don't you go in with your babies? Huh? Oh, look at her. Hear her talking.
Tinker's got a cold. She's got a really goky eye.
Yeah.
August. August. Come here,
Do you
buddy.
want to go in with your babies?
August.
Oh, why don't you go in with them? Oh, and why not? Can you go in with your babies?
August.
Can you go in with babies? Will you go in with them? Well, would you? Pretty girl. And you're welcome. You're welcome for your supper. Yeah. She did. She had 2 plates of gruel and 2 plates of chicken. What?
Whew,
What?
Liberty.
Well, she was on you?
Well, yeah, she tried jumping up on me.
Oh,
It
yeah.
didn't quite make it.
So Jemima's got a full tummy. Jemima does.
Candy.
I can't, Lodo, I can't pick up the cam. They won't let me do that. She's just laying up here with Abner. Yeah. We're laying up here with Abner. Oh. She's giving me kisses now. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. Yeah. Her was a hungry girl. Yeah. Well, her was hungry. Yeah. Yeah. Will you tell him? Yeah. Bless her heart.
Is she talking to you or the baby?
She's talking to the baby. She's talking to her baby.
I bet if you brought them all out, she'd.
Oh, I'm not gonna. No. You wanna go in with your babies? Would you wanna go in with them? You wanna do that? Well, let's go in with your babies. Oh, let go. Let go, Abner. Come on, you're gonna fall off. Here, go and get Abner. Got him? Okay. Come on, baby. Come on, sweetheart. Come on.
I'll let you in first.
You don't have to open the door.
Oh, that's right. Probably tell them it's bedtime. What are you doing up?
chipmunk. Bliss says hello. Says my mommy's in the room, so I can't stay long. Oh, my nose itches. There. Dear little Bliss. Here, Jemima, she's talking to her babies. Probably Joanne. What? You want to go in with your mommy? Huh? Go in with your mommy? Oh, my nose. Excuse me. My nose itches, little one. Yes. Look at you. Just look at you. Just look at you. See, little Bliss. Little Bliss. You are beautiful. Yes, you are. You are just beautiful. High five. High five. Oh, really? Is she on hold? Are you on hold, somebody? Are you on hold? Oh, good night, Lou. Oh, good night. What? Yes, this is Bliss. Yep, Joanne, this is Bliss. She's the one that's got the chipmunk stripes down her back. Yeah. Little girl. Little girl. Gives you kisses. Gives you kisses. Gives you kisses. Yes. Yes. It gives you kisses. Oh, yes. It gives you kisses. Kissing you. Oh, you are beautiful. Yes, you are beautiful. Yes. Yes, you are. Little one. You are beautiful. You do. You look like a little chipmunk. And they're starting. Yep, you're the color of a little chipmunk. Yeah. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yep, Brandon's here. He's back over there.
Patty,
There he is. He's got candy. Okay.
for now. I let her in with the girls, but they didn't give her any attention, so she went back out.
Hurry up, sit down. Eddie's like, Patty or Brandon had to steal his chair. There she is.
She wants her babies. Candy's tail's all wet.
She up in sink? Probably.
I was over there by the girls. She came trotting over, so I thought she wanted in with them. So I opened up the door. She walked in, and then Jamie and Cammy didn't give her any attention because they thought they were gonna get treats. So Camby wanted back out. Great girl.
See, you hearing your mommy. She was like, "Here's my belly." Raspberries.
She's been sleeping. She's got rounds to make.
Yeah, she's got things to do. And then we got little Miss Bedhead.
She looks like she's a mess.
Her fur is just like Bedhead. I have little Miss Bedhead. That's what her fur looks like.
What?
You know Miss Bedhead.
Jemima.
Oh, she's laying on your leg.
For now, yeah.
For Jessie. For Jessie.
She looks like a hot mess.
She's so funny. She's a rubber. She likes to rub
Really?
against you. Oh, yeah. Mama's talking, but she won't go back in the room. I think she.
What Camby do? She walks right up to her and sniffs her. Like, what's going on? Cam.
Oh, Joanne, you're funny.
Cam. Cam. Cammy's like, maybe that wasn't my smartest move.
She does. She always looks like she's got bedhead.
I think she's telling him to go to bed. Because she peeked up in there and yelled at him.
Listen to her. She's really talking to him. You need moose. You need something. Oh. She is the sweetest little girl. She is. She's just the sweetest little thing. But she does. She just looks like she just rolled out of bed. That's what her hair does. Oh, what a yawn.
Camby. I think Camby likes the babies too.
What are we going to do with you? What are we going to do? Huh? What are we going to do?
Did you already clean out boxes?
No.
Oh, so it's.
Okay. Do you want to hold her?
That's. I can wait.
No. I'll do boxes while you hold her. Can Brandon hold you? Huh? Can Brandon hold you? She says, I like my ears rubbed. Oh, she's giving me kisses. Oh, she gave me kisses. She said, I like my ears rubbed. I rub my ears real careful. She says, oh, I like that. They had 10,200 people graduate from Ohio State today. 10,200. Can you imagine that? And they were done at 3:30.
It started at like 9.
I don't know.
Camby. She's on a mission for something. You can hear by her breathing.
But Jessie loves to be rubbed. Just like this. Hold her.
Did you see her? She's like,
See. Oh, chicken soup. That sounds good.
close. Show him. Show him, Jessie. Show him. Jessie girl. Jessie girl. Jessie. Jessie. Gosh, she's a sweetheart. Jessie. Jessie. You're a cuddler, aren't you? You're a cuddler. Aren't you? Huh? You're such a beautiful little girl. Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. This is Jessie. Say, I'm Jessie. Jemima's my mama. I'm Jessie. This is the one I call Bedhead. Yeah, little Bedhead. Yes. Are you cute?
These look like tiny little rats.
I know, they're really tiny. They're real long and skinny. What? Oh. Oh, she says.
Kiara.
She's sleeping.
She's laying in one of the poofs and she's like,
Yeah. I haven't seen her. She hasn't come out at all. Oh, she says, my ears. I love my ears rubbed. She does. She loves her ears rubbed. Oh, she says. Oh, oh, she says. Oh, does she rub my ears and rub my head? And I just love it. I love it. Oh, she says. Oh, oh, she says. Oh, Jessie. Oh, Jessie, you're so funny. You are so funny. You are so funny. Yeah. Gives me kisses. He gives me kisses. Music. Little girl. Little girl. Say, your mama's talking. Yeah, your mama's talking. What? What are we gonna do with you? You're just too cute for your own good. Yeah.
I found Lorenzo too.
Did you see sleeping?
Yeah.
What I can do, I can clean out boxes when I come back.
Okay.
That's what I'll do. Oh, she's gonna be an awesome kitty. Should I turn you this way? There. Now they can see you, because now you're looking up. Yeah. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Mm-hmm. Jessie girl. Jessie girl. I'm gonna chew on my buttons. Hope you're not gonna fall. No. I've got you good and tight. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere.
Hi.
No.
Hi.
I love you. Oh, Jessie girl, I love you. Yeah, I'm just one of many, 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 many that love you. Mhm. Is that Tinker? Yeah. Them toes. Look at all that fur on those toes. Look at all that. What you? Oh my. Oh my. Jessie. Jessie girl. Jessie. Look up here. Look up here, Jessie. Look up there, Jessie. Jessie. Jessie girl. Jessie.
Tinker. Tinker.
Jessie girl.
Tinker.
Jessie girl. What you doing? Jessie girl. Jessie. Jessie girl. Getting my shirt. Jessie girl. Jessie girl. Jessie. Jessie girl. Jessie girl. Jessie girl. Jessie girl.
Big moose.
Jessie. Jessie. Jessie.
Tabitha looks like Octavia.
Black and white one. Tabitha.
Same crazy looking eyes too.
Well, she knew how to get into the cupboard. So look at his tail. He's like mad because you got his chair. He's got to sit on the stool. Jessie.
He likes to be pampered and
Are you sick, little girl? Huh? There. They're all looking at you. They're all looking at Jessie.
Jackson. Jackson.
Oh no,
Jackson.
Derecho's okay. I had him up to the cam earlier. He's fine. Derecho's fine.
Jackson. Jackson.
Jemima's girls are all pretty. You've got that has she looks like a little chipmunk. In Fantasia, she's got the beautiful dark tiger in the fur. And then you got Jessie girl. Then you got Jessie girl. Her Jessie. Rick Springfield. He's saying Jessie girl.
out of the two, Jackson and August, I never thought Jackson would be the more friendly one.
But he is. He loves to be petted.
See,
Absolutely
he was the
loves
one
it.
you couldn't. I mean, you get close to August, but him, you take him off.
Now it's the other way around.
August just likes to scratch you.
Ouch.
Yeah. He thinks you're playing with him. It hurts.
Well, see, that's just it. He doesn't know, I don't think, how rough he is. Because he's nasty rough.
Jackson.
Yep, this is Jessie Raven. Hi, Oils.
She's in there.
Is she in with her
She's going in-
babies?
She's going in there.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah. I think it's bedtime for the babies.
I'm gonna go put Jessie to bed because her mama's in there with her.
Yep, it's
With them.
bedtime. You
Yeah.
can hear her.
Oh, look. Right now, she says.
Hi.
Oh, Jackson. Oh, Jackson.
Oof. Oh,
Jackson.
I'll bring Fantasia up a little bit.
she's like, what is that thing?
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Her eyes are huge. She's, what?
Dear. Now we have Fantasia. Now we have
Did she get him already
Fantasia.
for that?
Yeah.
Jackson. Look, Jackson looks like he wants to jump up there.
Jackson.
He's right there.
Hi,
He has his paws
Jackson.
up there.
Jackson.
You can hear.
Yeah. She said, now I had them all in here. Where did that one go?
Yeah. Look at that. You can see where all this got me.
Yeah. Doggone. Dang. Can you look up at the camera? Come here. Come here. Look at here. Dear. Look up here. That a girl. See that a girl. Come here.
Damn.
Pretty girl.
Damn.
Dear. Dear. Look up here. Look up here, Fantasia. Her hair's fluffy too, but it doesn't have that bedhead quality like Jessie's.
Jackson. Jackson.
Jessie's just kills me. Hi, Jackson. Oh, hello, buddy. Jackson.
Patty's like my best friend right now.
Her M is really big. Yeah, her M is very big. See how big it is? There you go, memory.
Yeah.
There you go, M for marvelous. You look marvelous. Yes, you do. You look marvelous.
She's telling them all to go to bed, but they're like, Ma, we were just sleeping.
Yeah. See, I don't go to bed now. See, I don't want to go to bed now.
Hey.
Yeah. His tail's just frozen. His tongue's just frozen.
Patty likes Brandon right now.
There. Patty.
For her kittens are just so nice. For Moose. And the cat was named Bullwinkle. Oh, that's funny. They were laughing at your rendition of his face.
That's what it was.
Fantasia. See?
Better take you in there with mommy. Better take you in there with your mommy. Yeah. Go in there with your mommy. Girl. Little girl. She's pretty.
Aren't you on duty, Patty?
He says no, right now I'm on indefinite break.
Yeah.
Oh, she jumped out.
Probably looking for the last baby. She's watching you.
Yes, I have your baby. Okay, there we've got Dickens.
That's the last one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had them all out. Hello, little man. Hello, little man. He says, hi, everybody. It was August. August scratched him.
Bitches.
Mr. Dickens. Thanks for the kitty kiss. Thanks for the kitty kiss. Yeah. Oh, he's okay.
Who?
August. Said August is sorry.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know.
Well, he didn't really nail me. It's just he put his claws in my hand. They're so razor sharp that when I would try and pull my hand, they would just scratch more. So, like midi sharp
Oh, yeah. Middies were like,
razors.
yeah. Jemima, you had the best mannered babies. You've been a good, good mama. Yes, you have. What? What little guy? With the pink, pink nose. Yeah.
He's like, I hear this rumor about Tic Tacs. What's Tic Tacs?
You don't have to worry about it, honey.
Oh, him.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Well, you do have to worry about it. They are gorgeous, and they've just got the best little personalities. Yeah, and I have my big hand there in the way. You couldn't see his little face. He does. He's got the pinkest nose. You have the pinkest nose. She's getting in with her babies. I'm just close, KB. I'm just close. What do you think there, Dickens? Huh?
Is there supposed to be one that's out by itself?
Not really. If you want to reach in and put it with her, just use one of those wipes. there. Now stand.
Uh-oh, the girls are awake.
So just pick it up and put it in there.
Yeah.
Little Dickens.
She was in there for a little while. They wouldn't pay attention, so she went back out.
So I touched it. It started moving. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, they were all laying out.
Lorenzo.
Is he there? Oh,
Renzo. Renzo.
Uncle Renzo.
Renzo.
He says, I don't mind kisses. He says, I like kisses. He says, I like 'em. He says, I like kisses. He says, there we go. There we go. He's winking. They ought to know by now when I hold them, they're going to get kisses. They ought to know by now they're going to get kisses. Oh, you're welcome, Bobcats. You're welcome. These guys are just fluffy. They've just got such good little personalities. Hi, Yankee. Hi, Sandra. How are you? I'm sorry I didn't get your call last night. I was busy at work. I didn't have my phone with me. Good night, pup. I don't know if you guys heard me say, but Brandon, it's been a year today since he graduated from college.
Cosnail candy.
Mm.
Well, she started it.
Oh, did she?
She went up, sniffed his ear, then was sticking her paw in his ear.
Candy. We could do.
Should we let the girls out?
Might have to. We're gonna go let the girls out, so I'm gonna put him back to bed. Anniversary. There you go, Dutchie.
She doesn't know. Come on, Kenny. Come on, girl. Yeah. Kenny, come on, Kenny. Just
No, if she doesn't come out, she's a
reading first. It's like I heard my dogs. She's got big eyes too. She's staring at the dogs. Or was. Do you want to see where Kiara is?
Well, I'm gonna come back.
Right. But for when you come back, I'll show you where she is.
Brandon's gonna go, and I'm gonna go with him and go to
Walmart.
go to Walmart, and then I'm gonna come back.
Can be.
Kiara, she was sleeping. She didn't know I was here. Kiara.
She's like, yes, make a big deal of me.
Yeah, Kiara. Her Kiara.
She's like, she's lost weight.
I know, I think so too. It's a Kiara. Okay. Okay. Her Kiara. Kiara. You're gonna come and sleep in this poof. Oh, she goes another poof. Come here. Good baby girl. Yeah. She goes, no, I don't want to be in the poof. You want to shut that light out. It's the first one. There you go. Go ahead and say bye to her.
Alright. I'm gonna head back to Toledo. So, see you guys later. Bye. Figured Candy would come out here.
Wash your hands. Kiara. Kiara. Was you sleeping out there in a pool? Was you sleeping? Her was sleeping. Her was sleeping. Her was. Her Kiara. Kiara. Where you going? Huh? Kiara. So I'll be back in a little bit, okay? I'll be back, Lily. I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna go with you. I'll be back in a little bit. Kiara. Kiara.
Now she's just playing hard to get.
Yeah.
I'm hiding from that gray one. Is that what she said? My hands all over the place. Because Mater won't do anything.
The other one too. It's a witch. Like